Hello, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm away again on a little mini break, and today we're going to cover my week 8 recap. This week's been deliberately a lower mileage week because of time constraints, but let's get on with the run, let's get on with the recap, let's dive straight in. Yeah, so as I'm away again, I've been away since Thursday with the family, so I knew this was going to be a severely disrupted week in terms of time availability, so I deliberately decided to not a deload week, but it's more like a deliberate lower mileage week with a bit more focus on speed work, or a little bit of focus on speed work. Yeah, so this summer's been broken up into kind of a few mini weekend breaks rather than any big holiday, so we're on the third and last mini break. So yeah, so I knew this week was going to be disrupted. I'd have a much less time to run, so rather than stress about it and try and squeeze in what I could, I deliberately decided to change it up, drop the mileage right down, do a bit more focus on shorter, faster stuff. So yeah, like week 8 started, even though it was a focus on faster stuff, I'd done the 2k effort run on Sunday last week. It was my last run of week 7, so on Monday I just got out for a recovery run. It wasn't speed work, it wasn't fast. It was just a recovery run, 5k, close to home, a couple of loops, nice steasy, easy pace, just to get the legs moving as it felt quite heavy and lethargic. So that was first run done. And then on Tuesday afternoon, I finally got around to doing one of the time trials I've been threatening to do for a while. I managed to get out and do the 5k time trial. I was hoping to do the 10k time trial first, but again, didn't have much time on Tuesday afternoon. Like you all know, I'm just a working dad with kids. I fit my running around everything else. Yeah, like most people, I don't have hours and hours to spend on my running and vlogging, etc. So this week, like I say, was particularly reduced, so got a 5k time trial done anyway on Tuesday. That probably motivated me to go even quicker because I had to get back and get stuff done before we came away. So yeah, Tuesday afternoon, got out, did a quick 2k warm up, 5k max effort, and then I reduced the cool down to 500 meters. Again, I had time constraints, and my legs were feeling a bit jaded after the effort, so yeah, I dropped that vlog. Actually, I vlogged it, so that dropped on Saturday. If you haven't watched that, it's only a short one, just me. I took you along for the time trial, so go watch that if you want to. That just kind of covers the time trial itself. But yeah, obviously within that vlog, I wasn't feeling overly confident at the start. My legs again are a bit jaded and heavy at the minute, so wasn't sure if I could get anywhere near my PB, if I could get below sub 20 again for the second time, but I wanted to give it a good effort, see where I was, see where I was as a bit of a baseline. And I was pleasantly surprised that I managed to hold a decent pace quite comfortably actually for the first 3k, and then it became a bit more difficult on the last 2. Yeah, so I wanted it to be a good solid effort, like I said, a bit of a baseline, but I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, managed to set a new 5k PB, which shows my fitness, like I mentioned in a couple of my last weekly recaps. CV wise, I'm feeling pretty good, pretty fit. My legs are just feeling a little bit heavy and lethargic, but CV wise, I said I'm in a pretty good place right now, so happy with that. That's a new 5k PB of 19:34, which was another 10-12 seconds off my best ever, so I said pretty happy with that, and actually it felt better than I thought it might, so happy overall. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I wasn't sure how much running I could get in, but wasn't planning on much because we were kind of packing on Wednesday and then travelling Thursday and Friday to get down to Suffolk where I am now. So in the end, because of the travelling and the plans and doing stuff, I didn't get a chance to do any running on Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. But yeah, that was kind of what I expected, hence why I've reduced the mileage down. I couldn't really expect legitimately to get 3 or 4 long runs in only kind of 3 or 4 days of the week, with part of them being holiday days obviously. So no running Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The travelling kind of again tightened up my legs, so did a little bit of stretching, but got out Saturday morning for my next run whilst on site. So that was, and again, I didn't want it to be too steasy. I wanted to try and keep the pace work going, so I got out and did an on-off, nice long on-off. So 16, 17k ended up being. Easy Ks were steasy or recovery, and the even Ks were the working Ks. Again, no real strict plan, but I wanted the efforts to be decent, so sub 4:30 per k, around that kind of figure. I think I managed to achieve that, and I ended up doing, I think 4:22 was the average for all the Ks. Yeah, good solid workout. My legs were really heavy and tight to start with, but they loosened off as I got going. So again, the travelling, I think sitting and driving for hours obviously just exacerbates my tight hamstrings and legs, etc. So but yeah, I was happy with that solid workout. It's a pretty flat site down here compared to the one I was at a couple of weeks ago, which was really hilly, so that kind of helped me a little bit in terms of maintaining a fairly decent pace on all the reps, whether it was a gradual incline or not. It's not a particularly steep hill, so yeah, happy that it was a good solid workout, a decent length run, over 10 miles, etc. And it had a bit of speed work in there. It wasn't just a easy steasy pace the whole time. So yes, that brings us to today. It's a Sunday as normal for my last run, for my last run of the week, and I've only got about an hour this morning to get any kind of run in, so it'll be probably a 12k steasy fartlek. So when I'm doing bits to camera, recapping, I'm dropping down to kind of a steasier pace, but then I'm getting a few bursts in. I'm going to try and get the run done in sub 8 minute miles, so 5 minute Ks. Give myself a little window, make sure I get the 12k in, and then like I said, that'll bring us down to probably 40, low to mid 40s for the week for Ks. So nowhere near my peak volume of 60s and 70s Ks per week, but it was deliberate. Reduce it down, get a bit more focused speed work in, and we can worry about longer mileage again in a few weeks time. So yeah, so details of today's run will be there, and now I'm done for the week. Like I said, deliberately low mileage. My legs will probably thank me for it in terms of the reduced mileage. I was probably in need of it. I know I had that down week a few weeks ago when it all went wrong, but yeah, the down week a few weeks ago was unplanned, and obviously it wasn't even a down week, it was kind of a much reduced, it was almost like an off week, only doing that 25k. So might be a benefit in the long run. Reduce mileage, speed work, get the legs turning over a bit quicker, flush out any lactic acid or blood pooling. Yeah, I'm now gonna go and enjoy what's the rest of my mini break with the family, and I'll roll into week 9 next week. So yeah, we're getting to the business end now. I've got 3, maybe 3.5, 4 weeks of focus training left, so I'm now going to start focusing realistically on half marathon pace, doing good solid 15 to 20k runs at my goal pace to see if it's achievable, where I'm at physically after this 10k time trial. I'll probably do that next week. That'll give me again an idea of where I'm at, but again, be unrealistic to try and run a half marathon at 4:15 per k pace, which is my goal pace, if my current 10k PB is exactly that pace. So this 10k time trial needs to knock off a few seconds, maybe a minute or two, and that'll give me a bit more confidence being able to maintain 4:15 for the half marathon. But yeah, so it's now going to be a real focus on that's our sustained tempos and actual race paces now. Now we're in the tail end of the block. But yeah, look out for that in the next couple of weeks. I'll roll into, say, week 9 next week, and I'll start being a bit more intensive again. As always, thank you for watching. All the best with your running, whatever you're doing. Drop anything in the comments if you wish to, and I'll see everyone on the next one.